For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
We welcome you to beautiful Langhorse Field here on the campus of Elmhurst University as we bring you Blue Jay Lacrosse. CCIW battled here this afternoon as the Blue Jays entertain the Cardinals of North Central College. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action here on BlueJayTV.com. The Blue Jays come in with a record of 9-2 overall, 1-1 in the CCIW. Meanwhile, North Central 5-4 overall. This is the conference opener for the Cardinals. See the Blue Jays in the left-hand part of your monitor there in the white home jerseys with the Columbia blue numbers. There you take a good look at them lining up for our national anthem. And the Cardinals of North Central College, the traveling black jerseys with the white numbers and the white words North Central across the front of their jerseys. Everybody on their feet now for the playing of our national anthem. It is a gorgeous spring afternoon here in Elmhurst, 60 degrees and sunny, winds up to 9 miles per hour out of the south. So in other words, it's going from the bottom of your monitor to the top of your monitor. We should get to 63 degrees by later this afternoon. Want to wish everyone a happy Easter weekend, and we thank you for spending some of your time here on BlueJayTV.com for Blue Jay Lacrosse. Should have a great one here this afternoon. Both teams coming off of games on Wednesday. The Blue Jays defeated Augustana 18-4 here at Langhorse Field. Meanwhile, the Cardinals played their final non-conference game of the season on Wednesday night at Albion, losing 22-13. Starting lineups for you. In goal for the Cardinals, returning starting goalkeeper Jake Allgood, a senior out of Naperville North High School. Senior attacker Nick Rubino, an all-conference performer of a year ago. Trenton Harubin, senior defenseman. Evan Watanabe, he's a sophomore mid. Tom Eberhardt's the leading scorer for the Cardinals, 32 goals this year. He's a junior attacker. Luke Ilgen is a junior attacker as well. Rutger Rawlings is a junior defenseman. Miles Rothell, a grad student on defense. Jake Paris is a junior on defense. And Zach Kuyeva is a junior mid. He also performs the face-off duties for the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Blue Jays, Jake Grebe, the normal starter. Tony Vasquez is the face-off guy. He's going up against Zach Kuvea here to start the game. Opening draw, Vasquez and Kuyeva. Diving effort by Vasquez, another diving effort, but goes into the stick of Jake Paris, and the Cardinals control the opening face-off. Eli Spence is in. Noah Mickelson is in at goal. Parker O'Leary, starting attacker, he is in there for Caden Ames. Ames went out late in the second quarter against Augustana on Wednesday night, did not play the rest of the game, and apparently he will not play in this afternoon's game. He is just a freshman, 32 goals on the year, second in that category to another freshman, Eli Spence. So no Caden Ames this afternoon. Cardinals work it behind the cage. I mentioned Parker O'Leary getting the start instead of Caden Ames, and we've got a save here by Noah to start this one. And now the Blue Jays on the attack for the first time this afternoon. Max Reidenauer, David Constaneta, both starting at defense. Sante Dybowski, the midfielder, out there for the Blue Jays as they work it behind the cage. Here's Parker O'Leary trying to get an angle. Parker had 2 goals and an assist on Wednesday night against the Vikings. Ryan Swank now gets shoved to the ground by Rutger Rawlings. Play on. Your 3 officials in this afternoon's game: Steve Eckelberry, Scott Rogowski, and Tope Awaniye. Allgood now gets it ahead to Joey Takuna. Takuna is a junior mid for the Cardinals. Joey brings it here to the near wing. Now he's going to sprint behind the cage. He's hounded by Reidenauer. And a goal, and a penalty marker is down, as the first goal of the game is by North Central, but we'll see what the penalty marker is. Tom Eberhardt will get the goal. They're going to wave off the flag, apparently. Take another look here. You'll see the pass from Takuna, and Eberhardt gets it through Mickelson. And so for Eberhardt, that is goal number 33 on the year. It comes with 12:59 to play here in this opening period, and the Cardinals take control of this face-off here. Well, almost now they do. It is picked up by Eberhardt. Boy, Tom had 49 goals last year as a sophomore, and now he has 33 goals, is the leading scorer for the Cardinals this year. They get it up to the point to Takuna. Both of these two teams undefeated on their home field. The Blue Jays 4-0 here at Langhorst Field, and the shot, that one goes wide. Meanwhile, the Cardinals at Benedetti Worley Stadium also 4-0 at home. Well, another flag comes down here. This one is going to count. 30-second pushing violation against Parker O'Leary. So the Cardinals in possession will have a man-up advantage here. Oh, check that. It looks like it's Sante Dybowski that the penalty is on. Sante taking a knee. Dybowski, a 5'9 senior out of Rochester, Michigan. So the Cardinals with a one-goal advantage. They've got a man-up situation, and it hits the left upright, goes right back to the Cardinals. Sidearm shot in the goal by Joey Takuna, the junior mid, and just like that, it is 2-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Comes with just a minute and 2 seconds after Eberhardt's goal. 11:57 left, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Jay Farrell in his 7th season as the head coach of the Cardinals, and Mark Morrell in his 11th season as the head coach of the Blue Jays. Both of those head coaches have gone the distance with their respective clubs, starting each program. And they are both outstanding lacrosse coaches, doing a great job with their respective programs. Tom Eberhardt goes down on the turf, and another whistle and a timeout taken. Coach Farrell decides to take a timeout. So there's 11 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in this opening period. It's 2-0 in favor of the visiting North Central College Cardinals. Tom Eberhardt, the junior attacker, scored a goal with just under 13 minutes to play. And then a minute later, it was junior mid Joey Takuna scoring another goal for the Cardinals. So they lead it by a score of 2-0, and they have been winning the face-offs here early on, even though there's only been a couple. But that has been a strong point for the Blue Jays this season. The face-off situation. Last year, the Blue Jays for the entire season won 47% of their face-offs. This year, they are winning 63% of their face-offs. Tony Vasquez has done an amazing job in that position of the face-offs. Perfect example on Wednesday night against Augustana. Vasquez won 17 of his 21 face-offs. All right, so after the Cardinal timeout, we resume play. North Central in the black, in possession, leading 2-0. Near wing, here's Rylan McQuarrie as they bring it up to the point to Jack Moran, senior mid. Cardinals with a lot of talent coming back from last year. Just a game over 500 last year were the Cardinals, 9-8. The Blue Jays a year ago, 10-6. Good ball movement, shot on goal by Nick Rubino, an all-conference performer last year. Ball down to the ground, and it's going to be picked up by the Blue Jays, Cullen McManaman. Blue Jays now on the attack. Here's O'Leary as he brings it behind the cage. Ooh, on the pass. Lost control of it. Not a good pass. It was intended to Eli Spence, and the Blue Jays turn it over. Cardinals now on the attack. McQuarrie gets across midfield, and the Cardinals will set things up here. In the conference last year, the Cardinals went 8-3 in the CCIW. They won the CCIW conference tournament for the first time ever last year. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays finished 2-4 in league play a year ago. Good movement. Ooh, a nice shot on goal by Nick Rubino. He was wide open, and it went wide to the left. Coming up on the 10-minute mark, Luke Ilgen comes out from behind the cage, and he brings it back up top here to Moran. Jack Moran, an all-conference performer a year ago as well for the Cardinals. And that one is stolen and picked off. Matt Koschel sprints across midfield. Now the Blue Jays on the attack. Again, the Blue Jays without the services of Caden Ames, one of the top scorers for the Blue Jays, just a freshman. He went out early or late in the first half against Augustana, and he is out. Of course, the Blue Jays missing Ben Luke as well this season. Ben Luke, such a talented offensive performer from a year ago as well. Here's Sante on the wing. Gets it up top to Brendan Krause. Checked into the game. Stepanek in there as well. Big Ethan. Got the start on Wednesday night. Had a very good game against Augustana. Jake Grebe dropped it on the ground. Picked up by O'Leary. O'Leary flips it back to Jake. See if the Blue Jays can get on the board here in this possession. Stepanek getting checked. Penetrates, gets in the crease, shoots just high. Shots Wednesday night, Elmhurst had 42 shots to Augustana's 23. Here's Jake Grebe curling around, takes the tough shot, a tough angle, but Allgood comes up with the save. Jake Allgood has played 345 minutes in goal this season for the Cardinals. He's allowed 64 goals. His goals against average, 11.13. And for Noah Mickelson of the Blue Jays, his goals against average, 11.21. So those numbers for the two goalkeepers, very, very close. 2-0 Cardinals here, just over 8 minutes remaining here in this opening period. Gorgeous, 60 degrees, sunny skies here on this Saturday afternoon in Elmhurst. Sante Dybowski now in possession as he flips it over to Ryan Swank. Dybowski on Wednesday night had the hat trick, had 3 goals against Augie. Stepanek gets pushed from behind, but shoots and scores. So a big goal by big Ethan Stepanek.
Scored by number 42, Ethan Stepanek.
And it's 2-1 Cardinals. Comes with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in this opening period. Stepanek had 2 goals Wednesday night. And the Blue Jays win this face-off. So now a great opportunity here for Elmhurst to tie this one up. After the Cardinals scored 2 quick goals to start the game, it's now 2-1 on the goal by Ethan Stepanek. Ryan Swank passes it off to Sante. Sante with big number 77 on his back of his jersey. He's at the point now. Flips it over here to Krause. Nice spin by Sante. Gets checked by Dylan Milnarich. Blue Jay ball here. We are exactly at the 7-minute mark of this opening period. It's the conference opener for the Cardinals. 3rd conference game for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are 1-1. Sante Dybowski with a shot wide to the right of Allgood. Blue Jays lost their conference opener up in Kenosha in overtime. A tough, tough loss. That was on April 1st against Carthage. Shot and a save by Allgood. Ball down in the crease area. Now it spurts out and into the stick of Miles Rathel, grad student defenseman, and transferred in from Ohio Wesleyan University. Miles, an All-American, great lacrosse program there at Ohio Wesleyan. And then after, getting back to the Blue Jays conference games, lost 14-13 in overtime to Carthage. And then on Wednesday night, April 5th, looked awful good against Augustana. holding the Vikings to just 4 goals as the Blue Jays won 18-4. Noah Mickelson played the first half in goal, allowed just 2 goals. And then Coach Morrell had the freshman. There's a shot and a save by Mickelson. Noah coming up big. Wednesday night, Noah played the first half, 30 minutes, had 6 saves. Andrew Laxonen, the freshman backup goalkeeper, he played the second half, and he allowed just 2 goals against Augustana. He had 2 saves in that second half for the Blue Jays. But Noah back in goal here this afternoon, and the Cardinals now in possession, leading 2-1. Had a nice chat with Noah Mickelson's dad before the ball game. Noah's dad came up here into the press box and awful proud of his son Noah. I told his dad, I said, it's Masters weekend and my all-time favorite golfer is Phil Mickelson, so I told him I will do my best not to call Noah Phil today. Shot and a goal as it gets by Noah. Another goal by Tom Eberhardt. His second goal of the afternoon, and it's back to a 2-goal advantage for the Cardinals, 3-1.
North Central goal, scored by number 15, Tom Eberhardt.
Comes with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left to play here in this opening period. And boy, for Eberhardt, that is goal number 34. And again, his second goal of this afternoon. Faceoff still on the ground, and it's scooped up by Sante Dybowski, so the Blue Jays win the faceoff. Sante now on the dead sprint here to the near wing as he passes it off to Eli Spence. Again, the Blue Jays without Caden Ames, one of the top offensive players for the Blue Jays. He will not play today. So perhaps a little bit more pressure on Eli Spence. He's the leading scorer in goals for the Blue Jays. He's got 40 goals coming into today. Parker O'Leary got the start for Ames today. Here's Spence at the point to Sante. Dybowski pivots. Good defense by the Cardinals here. Stepanek from the far wing shoots and scores. Second goal of the game for Stepanek, and it's 3-2.
Goal, Blue Jays, scored by number 42, Ethan Stepanek, assisted by number 15, Eli Spence.
Spence will get the assist, and for Spence, his 27th assist of the season. He is 2 assists behind Jake Grebe, who was the team leader in assists with 29 for the Blue Jays. Second goal of the afternoon by Ethan Stepanek, the 6'6 junior out of Lockport. Went to high school at Providence Catholic. Blue Jays with another face-off, and it's Vasquez. He likes to do that. He likes to, after winning the face-off, a dead sprint straight up the middle. And his shot goes wide, but now it's Jake Grebe behind the cage. Flips it out here to big number 45, Chris Haycock, 6'8". 220-pound junior is Chris. Exciting first period here. A lot of action, both teams. The Cardinals were in control of this game like for the first 4 or 5 minutes. They scored 2 goals, up 2-0. But the Blue Jays have responded nicely. A pair of goals by Stepanek. Eberhardt scored his second. Oh, there's a shot, another shot by Stepanek. That one didn't quite have an angle. It was wide to the left. Eberhardt scored his second goal, and that's where we're at right now. 3-2 in favor of the visiting Cardinals. Grebe with a nice pivot and a spin coming out on the far wing. Cardinals on the road this season, by the way, are 1-3. Ooh, nice backdoor cut by Chris Haycock. Couldn't come up with it. Ball down on the ground. Haycock with a push from behind, and it goes into the stick of Rutger Rawlings, the junior defenseman. So the Blue Jays come up empty on that possession. Flip it over here to Trenton Harubin, a senior defenseman, All-American defenseman a year ago. Here's Rylan McQuarrie down on the ground, scoops it up. Now he's on the near wing. Cardinals in possession, leading by 1. Again, the conference opener for the Cardinals. Blue Jays 1-1 in conference competition. Shot and a goal by Eberhardt again, and he's got his 3rd goal and the hat trick, and there's still 2:36 left to play here in the opening period.
North Central goal scored by number 15, Tom Eberhardt, assisted by number 13, Jack Moran.
Jack Moran will get the assist for the Cardinals, and it's back now to a 2-goal advantage. The 3rd goal of the afternoon for Tom Eberhardt. Goal number 35 on the year for Tom. It's Vasquez and Kuyava on the face-off, and on the whistle, technically will be won by the Blue Jays. Sante Dybowski now at the point. Here's Jake Grebe as he flips it over here to the near wing to Spence. Eli down on the turf, gets it right back up. See if Eli can get a shot off here. He's curling around, looking for an angle. Gets checked nicely by Harubin, the All-American defenseman. Krause here on the near wing. Blue Jays in possession, trailing by 2 as we approach the 2-minute mark of this opening period. Krause curls, shoots, and scores as it gets by all good. Brendan Krause with the goal.
Blue Jays, scored by number 23, Brendan Krause.
Unassisted goal comes with 1 minute and 54 seconds to play, and again, the Blue Jays are within 1. Good move that time by Brendan Krause. Here it is as he comes from behind the cage. The key is to getting a halfway decent angle on that little curl move, and he does, and gets it by all good. And this face-off is won by Vasquez. Boy, it looked like Kuyava was going to scoop it right back up, but he missed it. And Vasquez got the pickup and gets credit for the face-off win. And now a timeout on the field here. Timeout taken by the Cardinals with 1:43 to play here in the opening period. It's 4-3 in favor of North Central. I mentioned both of these head coaches starting up their respective programs. Jay Farrell, as I mentioned, the head coach of the Cardinals in his 7th season. There you take a look at Mark Morrell in his 11th season, right in the middle of that Blue Jay huddle. Morrell led Elmhurst to a 4-10 record in the team's debut season back in 2013, but gradual improvement over the years. Coach Morrell recruiting some very, very talented players. 2019, he guided the Blue Jays to their first ever CCIW tournament play. Coach Morrell was the CCIW Coach of the Year back in 2018. Led the Blue Jays to a 13-3 overall record. Won 9 in a row that season. So he's done a very good job. His assistants, Tyler Hall, Mac Hardin. Hardin, a great career here at Elmhurst, along with Marcus Yandal and Quinn Stokes, Coach Morrell's assistants. So after the timeout here, we are ready to go here with 1 minute and 42 seconds to play here in this opening period. Blue Jays with a turnover. And now here come the Cardinals on the attack. North Central by 1, 4-3. Nick Rubino, now number 2, comes out on the far wing. Passes it to Luke Ilgen. Boy, got to give a big thank you to Coach Farrell and the Cardinals for the black uniforms and the white numbers. The big contrast makes it easy for us broadcasters to pick out the names and the numbers. Ryland McQuarrie here on the near wing. Guarded by Ryan Swank. Under a minute to play here in this opening period. A lot of action 4-3 in favor of North Central, and getting the shot and the goal, Jack Moran. From the near wing, and we go back and forth. The Cardinals are back up by 2.
Jack Moran, assisted by number 5, Rylan McQuarrie.
Ryan McQuarrie will get the assist, but Jack Moran, take another look at it here from the near wing. Nobody really closing out on him with 39 seconds to play. Moran gets the goal, and the Cardinals are back up by 2 for Moran, his 18th goal of the season. Kuyava winning the faceoff for North Central. Every team in the CCIW is tough. And the Blue Jays are in for a tough one here today against North Central. Moran splits through a couple of defenders. Back up top to McQuarrie. He fires at the point and scores. Rylan McQuarrie brings the Cardinals up by 3. It's 6-3 now with just 10 seconds to go in the period.
Rylan McQuarrie.
For McQuarrie, it's his 12th goal of the season. 5 different Cardinals in double digits as far as goals are concerned. And for McQuarrie, that's his 12th. And the Cardinals win another faceoff. Boy, it's a different story with the faceoffs. There's a shot on goal with the final seconds winding down by Jake Paris. And the save by Noah Mickelson to end the first period. So the North Central College Cardinals scoring the final 2 goals of this opening period. They lead it by 3, 6-3 over the Blue Jays. You're logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit.
Welcome back to Langhorse Field, just underway of the second period. The Blue Jays are going to win the faceoff as it's scooped up by Sante Dybowski. 6-3 Cardinals as we start the second period. Glad to have you logged on a sun-drenched afternoon here at Elmhurst. Game time temperature of 60 degrees. Sante Dybowski's shot is wide to the left as he goes sidearm on that one. Ethan Stepanek back into the game for the Blue Jays. He scored 2 goals in that first period. Tom Eberhardt scoring the hat trick for the Cardinals. He had 3 in that opening period to lead the Cardinals. So the Blue Jays going to have to come from behind here today. Eli Spence with some pressure defensively by Trenton Harubin. And going down is Eli, down on the ground in the crease area, and it's going to be scooped up by Trenton. Trenton Harubin, the senior defenseman, coming up with the big defensive play. Outlet overshot it, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to go to the Blue Jays here on the unforced error by the Cardinals. Sprinting into the game defensively, Tucker Hansen, number 6 for the Cardinals. Dylan Malarnich, number 44, into the game defensively for the Cardinals as well. Bring it up to the point here now to Ryan Swank, and he'll run the offense here. 61 seconds to go on the shot clock. Just underway here in the second period. Stepanek getting checked by Milnarich. Sante brings it back up top to Swank. Ryan coming this way. Pivots. Takes the shot. A little bit high. Overall good. Good idea by Ryan. Had a lot on that one. Just a little high. Blue Jays retain possession, trailing by 3. Stepanek on the curl. Dylan defensively. Good movement here by the Blue Jays. Here's Swank. Brings it up top to Eli Spence. Boy, the Cardinals really knowing where number 15, Eli Spence, is for the Blue Jays. Eli, I don't think he's got a shot off yet. Here's Swank taking the shot and scores. So Ryan Swank, who missed it, he was high about a moment ago, comes back again, but this time scores.
Scored by number 14, Ryan Swank.
Unassisted goal by Ryan comes with 12 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in this first half, and the Blue Jays are within 2. Ryan Swank, goal number 14 on the year for him. Ryan having a good year, the 5'11 junior from Fountain Valley, California. Sounds like a nice place to visit, Fountain Valley. Vasquez on the winning the face-off, and there he is on that sprint straight up the middle, but he comes up empty. Jake Greeby, though, has it here in the near wing. He'll flip it up to Brendan Krause. Boy, Vasquez, he is exciting when he wins that face-off and on that dead sprint. More often than not, he gets it in the back of the net. Cardinals showing that they're a pretty good defensive team here today. O'Leary gets it down on the ground, and all good. The goalkeeper covers up. Cardinals averaging 12.5 goals per game this season. The Blue Jays are averaging 15 goals per game. Goals allowed, two teams very even as well. The Blue Jays giving up 10.6 goals. The Cardinals 10.8 goals per game. So on paper, figures to be a very evenly matched game, and it has been so far this afternoon. Cardinals leading by 2. And they've got the ball. Here's McQuarrie on the far wing, guarded by Haycock. Gives it up here to the near wing to Dacuna. Now they work it behind the net. Rubino trying to find an angle. Shoots, and the save by Mickelson. Noah with another big save for the Blue Jays. And it's going to go to, well, the initial call was Blue Jay ball, but now they switched it, and it's going to go to the Cardinals, and they want a new 80-second shot clock. Well, it's a 60-second shot clock. McQuarrie now on the sprint. McQuarrie shoots, and another save by Mickelson. Back-to-back saves in the last couple of moments for Noah. Noah has played the entire season in goal except for the second half of Wednesday night's game against Augustana when freshman goalkeeper Andrew Laxonen played the second half against the Vikings and played well. And another time, well, no, just a bunch of substitutions going on right now. Cullen McManaman is into the game for the Blue Jays along with number 20, Logan Arisman. Logan, a 5'11 junior out of Yarrow Point, Washington. Checks into the game. McQuarrie brings it behind the cage. North Central by 2. Ilgen gets in, and he scores the goal, and a flag comes out after the ball got through Mickelson. David Castaneda with his palms up to the official as if to say, what is that penalty all about?
North Central goal by number 23, Luke Ilgen.
The goal was by Luke Ilgen, but a flag came out. They're going to score the goal, so it's 7-4 in favor of North Central. That goal coming with 10 minutes and 22 seconds to play here in this first half. So Luke Ilgen brings the Cardinals up by 3, 7-4. The Blue Jays win the face-off, although they just coughed it up. Ryan Swank couldn't quite hold on to it, and it goes into the stick of Nick Rubino. So the Cardinals on the attack. Defensively out there, Austin Evans, number 5 for the Blue Jays. North Central's biggest lead of the game is 3. And that's where we're at right now, 7-4. Ilgen. The point there was number 26, Charlie Snyder. Shot down low by Eberhardt as he's looking for his 4th goal of the game. Does not get it. Scooped up there by Luke Ilgen, though. And a shot and a goal. Tom Eberhardt with another goal, his 4th. Eight to 4 Cardinals.
Goal scored by number 15, Tom Eberhardt, assisted by number 23, Luke Ilgen.
Luke Ilgen will get the assist for the Cardinals, and the lead is now 4. The 4th goal of the game by Tom Eberhardt. His 36th goal of the season, and Coach Morrell wants to take a timeout here. So he wants to stop the bleeding here as the last 2 goals were scored by the Cardinals. Ryan Swank, with 12 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in this period, scored a goal to bring the Blue Jays to within 2, 6-4. That was the first goal of the second period, but then 2 straight goals by the Cardinals. One by Luke Ilgen, his 1st goal of the game, and then Tom Eberhardt, his 4th goal of the game. 2 straight goals for the Cardinals, so the lead is now 8-4. The assist, by the way, on Eberhardt's 4th goal was from Luke Ilgen. I mentioned that the Cardinals are the defending CCIW Conference Tournament champions. They won the conference tournament last year for the first time in the school's history. The conference tournament this year will be played on Thursday, May 4th and Saturday, May 6th. The top 4 seeds of the conference get into the conference tournament. So it's just so important. Every single conference game is huge. And for the Blue Jays, they're trying to get into the top 4. And I just hope that that conference opener in overtime, the 1-goal loss to Carthage, doesn't come back to hurt the Blue Jays. Face off, won by Vasquez. Again, the top 4 seeds get into it. Thursday, May 4th are the 2 semifinal games. The number 3 seed will play at the number 2 seed, and the number 4 seed will play at the number 1 seed. Those semifinal games on Thursday, May 4th, and the championship game of the CCIW Conference Tournament will be played 2 days later, Saturday, May 6th. Preseason coaches polls, Illinois Wesleyan once again favored to win the conference. These Cardinals of North Central, as Krause goes down low and scores. Brendan Krause with his 2nd goal of the afternoon, and it's 8-5.
23, Brendan Krause.
Comes with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to play here in this first half. So Brendan Krause goes down low and gets the goal, and the Blue Jays are within 3. Transylvania picked to finish 3rd. Carthage finished to pick 4th. Elmhurst predicted to finish 5th, followed by Augie and Carroll. So with the Blue Jays picked to finish 5th in the league, they obviously want to get into the top 4 to get into the conference tournament. Blue Jays currently 1-1 in league play. Carthage is 1-0. Illinois Wesleyan is 1-0. Wesleyan is hosting Augustana today, and Carthage is hosting Transylvania today. Nick Rubino now on the far wing. Passes it off to McQueary. Just under 8 minutes to play here in this first half. It's a 3-goal advantage for the visiting Cardinals. Spin by DeCuna as he works it behind the cage to Ilgen. And it's picked off nicely that time by Cullen McManaman. They get it back to Noah, who flips it over here to the near sideline. Tommy, check that. Is that Tommy Smythe? Yeah, number 26 on the near wing. And the Blue Jays will bring it behind the cage. Here's O'Leary as he gets it to Jake Grebe. Jake yet to get on track offensively here with 10:08 to play in the first half. Blue Jays up top now to Sante Dybowski. Kraus. Here's Sante, sidearm, and the save by Allgood. Allgood having himself a good game in net for North Central. Back into the game for the Cardinals, Jack Moran, number 13. And the Cardinals are going to turn this one over back to the Blue Jays. Let's see if Elmhurst can take advantage of the turnover. 6.5 left. Dybowski will jog it down the far wing. They bring it behind the cage. Popping out here now is O'Leary. Brendan trying to break free. He was free. It looked like it hit the up post, the left upright. Bounces right into the Cardinals' stick. Here comes North Central on the attack, leading by 3 goals, 8-5. Ilgen gets shut off as he tried to make the move. Here's DeCuna. Ilgen works it behind the cage to Rubino. Nothing there for Nick as he passes it back over to Luke. Skip pass over here to the near wing, misplayed by Luke Ilgen. It goes out of bounds. It's going to go to, they're saying it went off of Smythe's stick. It's going to go to the Cardinals. Ooh, the Blue Jay crowd, which is a good crowd on hand here this afternoon, not liking that call. A lot of fans from Naperville on hand here. Jack Moran at the point. Now it's McQueary. Good crisp passing, and there's a missed play at the point by Moran, and Jack tracks it down right at midfield. Shot clock at 14 now for the Cardinals. Shot clock yet to come and play here today, but it's now at 8. Rubino. DeCuna takes the shot, and the save by Mickelson. Kicked around behind the cage. Ilgen trying to pick it up. Blue Jays say it's their ball, and it is. Boy, Noah Mickelson, the goalkeeper, he's real fired up right now. All right, here we go. Blue Jay ball on the restart. David Constanade on the far side. Gets it ahead to Jacob Lemke. Lemke now working the far sideline. Blue Jays with the ball trailing by 3. As they try to chip away here with 4 minutes, 4+ minutes to go here in the half. Ryan Swank is going to wait for Chris Haycock to come in. Also, Ethan Stepanek, who has the ball now, checks in. Haycock on the far wing. The big 6'8" Blue Jay player. Now it's Ryan Swank. Ooh, Ryan getting checked hard. Curling around behind the net, coming out, Eli Spence. Good defense that time by Trenton Harubin. Harubin has done a nice job defensively. He's been all over Eli Spence in this first half. The All-American defenseman for the Cardinals. Jake trying to break free. He cannot. Dropped it off to Stepanek. He couldn't get it. Picking it up is Swank. Swank trying to shoot. Again from the point, and again, all good with the save. Ryan Swank with a goal earlier in this period. Cardinals now in possession, leading by 3 as we have reached the 3-minute mark of this first half. Grebe comes out. Dylan Milnarich comes out for the Cardinals. Evan Watanabe, a sophomore mid with the ball. McQuarrie, far wing, brings it behind the cage. It's picked up off the ground by Luke Ilgen. Luke flips it up to the point to Moran, and they work it now to McQuarrie. McQuarrie penetrates, shoots, and it's wide to the right. It's going to go to the Cardinals here. 2:20 left to play here in this CCIW battle. Cardinals from Naperville invading Langhorst Field. About a 20-minute ride. Well, maybe a little longer. About a half hour, maybe. Shooting is Jack Moran. Moran with a goal in the first period. Rubino stops and shoots and scores. 1:58 left to play here in the first half. Nick Rubino, all CCIW performer from a year ago. You see number 2 there. Take another look at it. You'll see Nick coming out from the cage, and it wasn't a very good angle, but it got through Mickelson for the goal. And it's now 9-5 in favor of North Central as they retain that 4-goal advantage. Rubino, had 31 goals last year for the Cardinals. This is his 17th goal of the season this year. As I mentioned earlier, an all-conference performer for the senior attacker for the Cardinals, Nick Rubino. Nick with the ball now on the far wing. And he'll bring it behind the cage as he flips it to Ilgen. And a whistle and a
Timeout, North Central.
Timeout taken here as Coach Jay Farrell wants to talk things over here. With 1:33 to play here in this first half, North Central leading it by a score of 9-5. Speaking of North Central, I want to give a shout out to the North Central College Cardinal football team, of course led by first-year head coach Brad Spencer. National champions. Congratulations to the Cardinals this past fall, going undefeated. Second time the Cardinals were national champions. They won it all back in 2019. And they are your national champions. By the way, their schedule came out. They will be here at Langhorst Field on Saturday, September 23rd. It is a 2 o'clock kickoff. So again, the defending national champs will be here at Langhorst Field in the fall on Saturday, September 23rd. Mark your calendar. It is a 2 o'clock kickoff. Normally on Saturday afternoons here at Langhorst Field, they're normally 1 o'clock starts, but for that game, it is pushed back an hour. It is a 2 o'clock start for that game. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays, they have yet to solidify their schedule. New head coach Mike Murray recently naming one of his assistants, Jake Tahaney, 2020 graduate of Elmhurst University. Last 2 years, he was a wide receivers coach at Alma College. So Jake Tahaney now on the coaching staff for Mike Murray. We welcome him to the Elmhurst University family. Blue Jay football right around the corner. McQuarrie as he passes to DeCuna after the timeout as we approach the 1 minute mark of this first half. Ilgen with the ball. Ilgen shoots and it bounces wide to the left. 51 seconds remaining in the first half. There's 19 seconds left on the shot clock for North Central. Cardinals led 6-3 at the end of the first period, currently leading 9-5 here in the final seconds of this first half. McQuarrie dropped it, picked it right back up, flips it to Moran. Moran guarded by Evans. Moran takes the shot, and it's Mickelson with the save. Half a minute remaining here in this first half. Can the Blue Jays come up with a quality shot here in the final seconds of this one? Lemke now jogging down the far sideline. Sante Dybowski back into the game for the Blue Jays. Spence passes it to Sante. 15 seconds to go. Dybowski trying to create a space. Instead, flips it up top here to Stepanek. Ethan couldn't control it. Ball down on the ground. Still unpossessed. And that will do it for the first half of play here at Langhorst Field. CCIW conference opener for North Central, third conference game of the season for the Blue Jays, and the visiting Cardinals lead it here at the break by a score of 9-5, and you are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
My name is Michael. I'm a senior here. I study special education and I'm a first-generation college student.
My name is Lauren Berryhill. I'm a junior and I'm a music education major.
My name is Sarah Jean Dickey. I am a double major in mathematics and computer science with a minor in Spanish, and I'm a senior.
My name is Raniel Morales. I'm a freshman and I'm a psychology major.
I transferred to Elmhurst because I like the small class sizes and I really value that professor-student relationship that I knew that I was going to get here.
When I was looking at other colleges, it just didn't feel like people cared and wanted you there the same way that when you came to Elmhurst. They just really wanted you to be there and to learn and grow, and I felt like I would be comfortable coming here, but also be pushed in so many ways to grow and become better.
I already knew some people who went here, and I'd visit a couple of times just to hang out with them. I just really liked being around them and being here. And the campus itself is absolutely beautiful.
My sister did go to school here as well. I kind of already knew the campus a little bit, knew it was a great school. I'm glad I chose Elmhurst because it was probably the best place for me, and it was the best monetary decision as well.
When I first transferred, I lived in apartments, but now I live in Stanger, and I really couldn't picture it any other way. Like, I love being on campus. There's just something about rolling out of bed and going to class that I love.
I started out in Chick my freshman year here. I moved to Niebuhr halfway through. I lived in Chick my sophomore year as well, and I've been living in an on-campus house on Myrtle for the past 2 years, and I love it there.
I've actually only lived in Cureton Hall all 3 years. I really could stay there my 4th year and be fine.
I love the community that it brought, that you were one room away from your friends, you were eating dinner on campus together almost every night, and just that there were different opportunities within the residence halls.
A day in the life is pretty hectic. Most music ed majors, their classes are in the mornings and then their ensembles are in the afternoon. So I'm pretty much boom, 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 thing to thing to thing.
I'm a morning person, so whether I have class in the morning or not, I like to wake up a little bit on the earlier side.
So I'd wake up at 5:30, practice, eat breakfast quickly, go to my 9 a.m.
Probably have class till around noon, and depending on the day, I'll probably head out to the local middle school to take some time with my students there, go to the library to do some homework, and then I also work at the library.
Get out of class, go home, change, go directly to work.
I'll usually have work later in the afternoon, and then eat dinner, maybe do some more homework, watch a movie.
Get a dinner or some snacks at the Roost, and then head back to my dorm to do some homework and head to bed.
Usually I spend time with my friends at night, and that's when I get to catch up on what's going on.
My favorite place on campus is on the 3rd floor of the education department. It's the best place to study with the best view.
I have 2 favorite places on campus. One is my house, but I also love the conference room in Daniels.
My favorite place would be the cafeteria.
Sitting in Founders, I love to sit at one of those tables and do homework. You can be in there to have fun, you can be in there to study, and the vibe can be whatever you want it to be.
Out of the 4 classes that I took this past semester, my favorite class was acting. The professor was Dr. Tony Noyce. He is such a character. He's so awesome to be around. It was such a fun experience.
And my favorite class was probably linear algebra with Dr. Crawford. It was part theory and part computation, which I really liked how it pulled those 2 concepts together. And Dr. Crawford is just an amazing teacher. I've had her almost every semester since I've been here.
Post-colonial theory with Dr. Janice Lively, and that class had me thinking about it like all day.
Music theory class, which is probably an interesting choice because it was at 8 a.m. every single day my freshman year, both semesters, which no one likes 8 a.m.s in college. My professor, Mr. Streeter, is incredible, and my class became more of a community than anything. It was a really nice way to come into college, and honestly, my best friends came out of that class. One
of my favorite activities is the honors program. I've been involved with it all 4 years that I've been on campus here. I'm also involved in Alpha Phi Omega here on campus. You do a lot of service in the community. You get to build relationships with people in the organization, and you get to do a lot of leadership activities. I've been involved in lots of student groups on campus, all the choral ensembles, the vocal ensembles, and I loved being in late night blues, vocal jazz. We just had a lot of fun and really bonded with each other. I'm also a member of Phi Mu. It's a really fun way to meet people, but also to give back to others that need it.
My favorite organizations that I've been a part of is definitely the Black Student Union, because I really like what they're doing for the campus overall and the social justice issues that they're pursuing on campus.
I'm pretty much just involved with running. I'm really proud to be a Blue Jay because It's an amazing community. Blue also looks really nice when we're running, so it's awesome.
Love being a student ambassador in the Office of Admissions. It's really great because I get to give tours to all these potential students, whether they're first years or transfers.
I'm a CA for the ELSA students, which basically means that I live in the dorms that they also live in to provide any extra support that they might need. And I'm really proud to be part of this program, especially because it's one of the few in the country. And it's awesome because I work with students with disabilities in classrooms, and they always ask me, oh, can I go to Elmhurst? And I can say confidently, yes, you can go to Elmhurst.
When I cross the stage at graduation, I'll be most proud of all the research that I've done. I didn't come into college with the intention to do that. I fell in love with the idea of research and the process of doing research.
It's just incredible to look back and think that Elmhurst has done so much for me already, and I think that's what I'll be most proud of, to think just who I've become and who I want to be still.
I think what I would remember most fondly are obviously my friends that I've made.
Making memories with those friends in really interesting places that normally wouldn't be so exciting, but they are, because you love each other and you get to know each other so well.
Between the professors and the friends that I've made, I think that will stay with me the rest of my life.
People who give back to Elmhurst, you're not only helping me, you're helping my family grow as well. Me graduating college and being the first one to graduate means that hopefully others in my family, like my nephews and nieces, can see that and want to come to a school like Elmhurst.
So when you give money to Elmhurst, you're giving these students the experience of a lifetime and the ability to become who they're meant to be.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to change our lives.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field. Halftime of this CCIW battle, North Central and Elmhurst, and it's the Cardinals leading by 4 here at the break by a score of 9-5. Gorgeous weekend. It is alumni weekend here at Elmhurst University, so we welcome back all of the former Blue Jay lacrosse players and their families. A great crowd on hand here this afternoon. Again, game time temperature 60 degrees, sunny skies, not a lot of wind to speak of. Wind still out of the south. But the big story in the first half, Tom Eberhardt of North Central scoring 4 goals. 5 shots on goal by Tom. He made it into the back of the net 4 times to lead the Cardinals. Blue Jays with a couple of players with 2 goals in that first half. Brendan Krause had 2. Ethan Stepanek had a pair of goals for the Blue Jays, both of Ethan's goals coming in the first period. Mentioned in the first half, this is the CCIW conference opener for the Cardinals. 3rd conference game of the year for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst 1-1 in conference play. Second home game of this 3-game homestand for the Blue Jays. After today, they will have a whole week to prepare for the mighty Titans of Illinois Wesleyan as they will invade Langhorst Field 1 week from this afternoon. 1 o'clock opening face-off. We will have that one for you here on BlueJayTV.com. Meanwhile, North Central will be on the road at Transylvania a week from today. So both teams after today will have the entire week to prepare for their upcoming next Saturday games. Blue Jays win the face-off as we start the 3rd period. Sante Dybowski here on the near wing. Splits the Cardinal defender, shoots and scores. Gets it by Allgood. Great start for the Blue Jays here to start the 3rd.
Goal, Blue Jays, scored by number 77, Sante Dybowski.
Comes with just 19 seconds into this 3rd period. Sante Dybowski getting pushed here by the Cardinals, makes the nice pivot, splits the double team. That was a key there. Stays in possession of the goal and gets it by Allgood. And now it's 9-6, and the Cardinals win the faceoff. In that first half, Elmhurst won 9 of the 16 face-offs. Cardinals winning the face-off here, their first offensive possession of this third period. McQuarrie is way back at the point. Now he decides to make the move. Still in possession. Now he tosses it back behind the cage. Takuna, as he'll throw it behind the net for North Central as they work it around. Good pivot by McQuarrie. And the shot and the save by Noah Mickelson. So the Blue Jays in possession, trailing by 3, 9-6. Colin McManaman retreating. Now he decides to sprint to the middle of the field. And now on the dead sprint. Got an opening. Instead, he tried to pass it off to Parker O'Leary, but it went over Parker's head, and the Blue Jays turn it over. Tommy Smythe back in defensively, number 26. Nick Rubino, number 2. For North Central, Ryan Swank returns, number 14, for Elmhurst University here. Just underway, third period. Mark Kruger, delighted to have you with us here on this Easter weekend. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon here in Elmhurst. Moran closed out nicely by the Blue Jays. Moran still in possession, now flips it up to the point. Takuna, and another save by Mickelson. Mickelson with a quick outlet. Blue Jays already across midfield. That's Ryan Swank. Here's Jake Grebe. Quiet first half for Jake. Let's see if he can get on track. Not a goal or an assist for Jake in that first period. That's unusual. Spence dropped it, picked it right back up. And again, Spence hounded by Harubin. Great matchup there. And Spence goes down. There's the flag. It'll be a push against Harubin. The Blue Jays are going to have a man-up situation. Checking back in for the Elmhurst Blue Jays is Chris Haycock. So Harubin will come out with the push. There was only one penalty in the first half, and that was by Sante Dybowski, 30-second pushing violation. So Trenton takes the knee here, and the Blue Jays with a man up here, trailing by 3. Oh, and it's picked off. Picked off by the goalkeeper. How about that play by Allgood? Jake Allgood coming up with the steal. McQuarrie across midfield. Boy, the Blue Jays had a man-up situation too, and that's they're going to be 0 for 1 in man-up situations today. That one hurt. Takuna flips it over to the far wing. Coming back in is Jack Moran. Moran sets up here in the near wing. He's got the ball right now. Takuna, and the shot by Eberhardt is good. Goal number 5 on the afternoon for Tom Eberhardt. It comes with 11 minutes and 13 seconds to play here in the third.
Goal scored by North Central's Tom Eberhardt.
Joey Takuna will get the assist.
11, Joey Takuna.
And it's now 10-6. Boy, Tom Eberhardt having himself a game. That's his 5th goal of the game already. 37th goal of the year. He had 49 goals last year as a sophomore. Cardinals by 4. Under 11 minutes to go. Steal. Eberhardt passes it up to Rubino. Rubino shoots and scores. Eberhardt with the assist. Nice pass to Nick Rubino. And it is 11-6.
North North Central goal.
Boy, a lot of Cardinal faithful, a lot of Cardinal fans out here this afternoon rooting their team on here as Nick Rubino, with a nice pass from Eberhardt, scores the goal to make it 11-6. Second goal of the afternoon for Nick Rubino. Blue Jays in need of a goal here to stop the bleeding, if you will. Eli Spence, and he's going to pass it to Jake Grebe, and Jake comes here to the near wing. Jake looking to curl around, flips it back up to the point. Off to Brendan Krause, number 23 for the Blue Jays in the game. Boy, the first goal of this period scored by Sante Dybowski. The Blue Jays were within 3, 9-6. And then two quick goals, one by Eberhardt, one by Rubino. Within about 23 seconds of each other, and just like that, North Central up 5, 11-6. And ball is up in the air, and it's picked off by Evan Watanabe. Evan straight up the middle of the sprint. He shoots, and it's wide to the right of Mickelson. Man, that was close. Evan Watanabe, the sophomore mid, with a dead sprint straight up the middle. Much like we see Tony Vasquez does after winning a faceoff for the Blue Jays. Dead sprint straight up the middle. So, 5-goal lead for the Cardinals. 9:35 to play here in the third. North Central looking for its conference opening win here today. Sante Dybowski will jog it here to the near wing and gets the ball right back. Up top here is Haycock. Jake back to Haycock. Haycock takes the shot, and the save by Allgood. One bouncer and Allgood with the nice save. Quickly on the attack go the Cardinals, and the shot and the goal by Eberhardt. Man, this guy is unstoppable. It comes with exactly 9 minutes to play here in this third period. Goal number 6 on the afternoon for Tom Eberhardt. And the Cardinals have doubled up on the Blue Jays. It's 12-6. Tom Eberhardt with his 38th goal of the year. Timeout taken by Coach Morrell as the Cardinals have rattled off 3 straight goals here in this third period. 2 by Tom Eberhardt, 1 by Nick Rubino, and the Cardinals are on top by 6. Rest of the way for the Cardinals as far as the regular season goes. A week from today, they'll be at Transylvania, and then North Central with 3 straight home games. April 19th against Carroll, April 22nd against Carthage. Big game on April 26th as Illinois Wesleyan comes to Naperville. Then the Cardinals will finish off the regular season up in Rock Island to take on Augustana on April 29th. That is a 1 o'clock starting face-off. Blue Jays will finish off their regular season. The final 2 games will be on the road. April 22nd at Carroll, April 29th against Transylvania. Blue Jays will be back in action 1 week from today when they take on the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. Illinois Wesleyan currently 7-3 overall. Titans 1-0 in the CCIW. They're hosting Augustana today. Boy, after the Blue Jays got to within 3 early on in this third period, 3 straight goals now for the Cardinals. And they have opened it up. It's a 6-goal advantage as this faceoff won by the Blue Jays. Under 9 minutes to play here in the third. Cardinals led by a score of 6-3 at the end of the first period. They were outscored in the second period 3-2. North Central led at the break 9-5. And another goal there. Sante Dybowski scoring for the Blue Jays with 8:29 left to play here in the third. Brings its score now 12-7.
Goal Blue Jays, scored by number 77, Sante Dybowski, assisted by number 15,
Eli Spence will get the assist. And for Eli, his second assist of the afternoon. And for Sante Dybowski, goal number 17 on the year. Can the Blue Jays come back? Trailing now by 5. 8:20 to go in the third, so obviously plenty of time left to go. But again, they are without the services of their freshman attacker, Caden Ames. He is out. Suffered an injury on Wednesday night against Augustana. So the Blue Jays are hoping that Caden will be back in the lineup in a week against Illinois Wesleyan. Don't forget the Blue Jays have been without the services of Ben Luke this season. Ben has had a tremendous offensive year last year for the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays are down a bit offensively going into today. They trail by 5. Rubino now will work it behind the cage for the Cardinals. Rubino flips it to the far wing to Eberhardt. To the point, Jack Moran. Boy, Tom Eberhardt with 6 goals so far this afternoon. Here's DeCuna as he scoops it up. Passes it to now he does pass to McQuarrie. I jumped the gun a little bit there. Ryland takes the shot, and Mickelson with the save. Under 7 minutes remaining. We are in the third. Ball down on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Miles Rathel, the grad student for the Cardinals. Jake Paris now passes it off. Rubino on the near wing decides not to take the shot and instead work it behind the net. Pivoting and passing to Rubino was Ilgen. And Eberhardt's shot, attempting for his 7th goal of the game, is wide to the left. Ilgen on the restart for North Central. 6.5 left to play. McQuarrie and DeCuna playing catch at the point. Now it's McQuarrie. Makes the move on McManaman. Trying to get it in there to Eberhardt, who's right in the crease area. Coming in and scoring. Is that Eberhardt? No, I don't think that was Eberhardt. I think that was DeCuna that scored. Yeah, Joey DeCuna.
North Central goal, scored by number 11, Joey DeCuna.
So Joey DeCuna's goal gives the Cardinals that 6-goal lead back. It's now 13-7. Joey's goal coming with 6 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in the third period. And that ties the biggest advantage for North Central, a 6-goal lead, and North Central winning the face-offs. By the Blue Jays not winning the face-offs like they did Wednesday night against Augustana. Man, they really controlled the face-offs. North Central doing a great job in the face-off category this afternoon. But the Blue Jays have the ball now. They trail by 6. Spence. And again, still hounded by Harubin. Passes it off to Kraus here in the near wing. Kraus. Nothing there, and he'll pass it back up to the point. 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Spence spins. Ooh, I thought he was going to take the shot, but good help defense there by Miles Rathel. Came over to give Harubin some help. And now the Blue Jays turn it over. Cardinals now on the attack. Leading by 6. Rubino now will. And, is there a timeout here? I believe a timeout has been taken here. Yeah, the North Central calls a timeout here with 4:45 left to play here in this third period. And it's North Central leading the Blue Jays here by a score of 13-7. Special thanks to Drea Cannon, the grad student here at Elmhurst University, for providing us with all the game notes, the stats, the rosters. Matt Hoffey, the Director of Athletic Communications. Greg Rosel, our director, producer, our engineer, our camera operator, doing a little bit of everything here this afternoon. And we thank Greg for his efforts here today. And we want to thank you for letting us be a part of your Easter weekend here on BlueJayTV.com. Blue Jay Lacrosse from Langhorst Field. Really good battle. North Central leading it by 6, 13-7 over the Blue Jays. Coach Jay Farrell, first head coach of North Central College. He was hired in the summer of 2015. The debut season for the Cardinals was 2017, and the Cardinals went 10-4 that year. Coach Farrell was the head coach at Benedictine University, started up that program. Was an assistant coach at Adrian College up in Michigan. Helped that program get on its feet. And Coach Farrell doing a great job at North Central. Cardinals in possession, leading by 6, 4:44 to go. We got a whistle here, and I think they want to. The shot clock, I don't believe, started, so I think they want to change the time on the shot clock. There's 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to play on the game clock. Okay, they want the game clock at 4:34, so they want to take off 5 seconds off the game clock. And we have obliged. 4:34 left in the third period. Shot clock stays the same at 60, and off we go here from Langhorst Field. It's Rylan McQuarrie as he is hounded by McManaman as he brings it behind the net. Now here's McQuarrie. McQuarrie passes it off, penetrating and shooting was Luke Ilgen. The save by Mickelson, but the ball goes out of bounds, and Ilgen, could he save it? And there's a whistle, and boy, the Blue Jays are not happy with this call. It looked like it was out of bounds to the Blue Jays. And now the two officials are going to do the wise move and talk things over, and well, indeed, they are going to give it to the Cardinals. Ooh, the Blue Jay crowd expressing its displeasure with that call, but it is North Central ball. Moran and DeCuna check back in. Here's DeCuna at the point for the visiting Cardinals. DeCuna penetrating but not getting the angle. He'll move it behind the cage. Here's Moran. Jack surveying the Blue Jay defense, and now he'll retreat a little bit. Passes it off to no one, and that's going to roll out of bounds, and it will go to the Blue Jays. 3.5 left. We're still in the third, so there's plenty of time here for the Blue Jays, but boy, the offensive power, again, without the services of Caden Ames. They're certainly putting their best defenseman on Eli Spence. That's Trenton Harubin. So who will the offense come from? Here's O'Leary. Curling around. Ooh, he had a pretty decent angle that time, but couldn't get it past all good. And now North Central in possession of it. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Matt Koschel, number 41, is back in defensively along with David Castaneda. Now Castaneda comes out of the game. Brendan Krause. He is looking to come back into the game. And he is in. Dylan Milnarich into the game for North Central. Behind the net is O'Leary. Far wing to Jake Grebe. And now it's Ethan Stepanek. Here's Krause on the run. Krause shoots, and it's low and wide to the left. Boy, the Cardinals defensively have done an outstanding job on Eli Spence and Jake Grebe. Normally those guys can get off some shots, but man, they have been held quiet here in this game, and that is very rare. Those are two outstanding offensive players. Krause, nothing there. He retreats and passes it off to Ryan Swank. Again, this Cardinal team coming off of a CCIW Conference Tournament Championship a year ago. Jake Grebe goes low and he scores. There you go. First goal of the afternoon for Jake Grebe, his 25th goal of the year.
Scored by number 1, Jake
and it's now
Grebe.
13-8. Jake's goal coming with 1:53 to play here in this third period. Boy, that is a big goal for the Blue Jays. And now, can Tony Vasquez come back and win a faceoff? Ball is down to the ground. The answer is no. Zach Kuyeva came up with it for the Cardinals. Trenton Harubin, as he passes it up ahead to Charlie Snyder. In the middle of the field to Tucker Hansen. And on the far sideline now, it's Evan Watanabe. Watanabe passes it off to Snyder. Snyder, a 5'10 sophomore, local guy from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Went to Hersey High School, former Husky, in possession of the ball right now. Rubino behind the cage. Popping out here to the near wing is Dalton Lutz. Lutz, a 5'8 sophomore from Brunsville, Minnesota. Lutz at the point. Now it's Lutz as he tries to make a move. Instead, passes it behind the net to Eberhardt. Eberhardt with 6 goals on the afternoon for the Cardinals. He's been the story so far, as it's a 5-goal advantage for North Central. Half a minute remaining here in the third. Ooh, pass into the crease area, nobody home. The ball rolls to midfield. It's going to roll, and it's going to be Blue Jay ball here, as they'll bring it back to the other end of the field. Mickelson will start this possession for the Blue Jays. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Blue Jays with the ball, trailing by 5. Here's Grebe. Scored a goal a moment ago, shoots, and the save by Allgood, the 2-1s. Grebe for Elmhurst, and Allgood, number 1, the goalkeeper for North Central. Final seconds winding down, and that will do it. 3 periods in the books here at Langhorse Field. North Central leading the Blue Jays by 5, 13-8. We'll have the 4th period for you in just a moment. You're logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
My name is Michael. I'm a senior here. I study special education, and I'm
Mark Kruger welcoming you back to Langhorse Field. 7 goals scored in that third period, 4 by North Central. 2 of the 4 goals scored by Tom Eberhardt. 2 of the 3 goals for Elmhurst scored by Sante Dybowski. Jake Grebe had the other goal for the Blue Jays with 1:53 to go in the third period. This opening face-off of the fourth period won by the Cardinals. Elmhurst won 5 of the 8 face-offs in that third period. Shots in the third period, North Central had 10, Elmhurst had 8. Again, 6 goals by Tom Eberhardt of North Central. And that pretty much is the difference in this game as we are underway here in the fourth period. Can the Blue Jays come back? Most definitely. They scored 8 goals in the first period on Wednesday night against Augustana. So they certainly have the offensive firepower. However, as I mentioned a couple of times today, they are out without their freshman attacker, Caden Ames, who is one of the leading scorers for the Blue Jays this season. Ames has 32 goals this season. They are without his services. And so North Central, they have been eyeing up Jake Grebe and Eli Spence, the 2 top offensive scorers for the Blue Jays today. Well coached, both teams today. Stepanek now has a couple of goals. Passes it off to Jake. Oh, and the pass, that one intended to Ryan Swank. Ryan can't come up with it. And the Cardinals scoop it up off the turf. North Central ball. 1.5 minutes gone by here in this fourth period. North Central looking for the road victory and their conference opening win. Again, the Cardinals are 1-3 on the road this year. Playing awful well here in Elmhurst today. Jack Moran holding and trotting in Rylan McQuarrie. He has the ball now for the Cards. And McQuarrie works it behind the cage to Rubino. Far wing is DeCuna. Now here's Moran. Dangerous threat offensively is Jack Moran. Wide open shot by McQuarrie, and he scores. Rylan McQuarrie scores the opening goal here in this fourth period. It comes with 12 minutes and 48 seconds left to play.
North Central goal scored by number 5, Rylan McQuarrie, assisted by number 23, Luke Ilgen.
The assist is going to go to Luke Ilgen. And so for McQuarrie, that is goal number 13 on the year, his second goal this afternoon. His first goal came with 10 seconds to play in the opening period. And that makes the score 14-8. And that was a tough goal to take if you're a Blue Jay fan. Now down 6. Blue Jays in possession now here as they sprint it behind the cage was Sante Dybowski. On the curl move, Jake couldn't get into position to take the shot. Flips it off to Ethan Stepanek. Ethan defended tightly there on the far wing. Now gives it up to Sante. Sante ready to fire it, and it dropped out of his stick. Ball down on the turf around midfield, and it's picked up nicely by the Cardinals. And picking that one up nicely on the run that time was Zach Ewan. And a shot and a goal by North Central. Looked like that was Trenton Harubin. And it is now 15-8.
North Central goal scored by number 7, Trenton.
There you see the pass from Zach Ewan, and Harubin was left wide open with that long stick, and he puts it in with 11:55 remaining here in this game. And it's now 15-8. And now it's going to be awful tough as North Central with possession. The shot by Rubino is wide. Boy, what an effort today by Coach Farrell and his North Central College Cardinals. Conference opener, they came into this game with a record of 5-4. They've had wins against Coach Farrell's old team, Benedictine University, to start the season. On February 24th, knocked off the Eagles 14-3. Benedictine down a little bit this year. Here's Eli Spence as he pivots. That was the first game of the season for the Cardinals. Shot and a save by Allgood. Allgood having a really good game in goal. Outlets it to Jake Paris. Boy, quickly in the attack. Rubino takes the shot in wide to the left. Man, Cardinals got it down awful quickly. Rubino bends over as if to say, I'm not going to have much more easier opportunities than that one. Other wins for the Cardinals. They knocked off Whittier 17-9 on March 7th. Beat Aurora University, a team that the Blue Jays lost to. Beat the Spartans 13-12, so that'll give you a good indication of just how good this North Central team is. Aurora University, a very fine team again this year. They beat Dubuque, the Cardinals did, on the road. And then they beat Calvin last Saturday. And a shot and a goal by Chris Haycock. Big number 45 comes with 11 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in this one.
Blue Jays, scored by number 45, Chris Haycock,
9.
assisted by number 42, Ethan Stepanek.
Stepanek will get the assist. And it is now 15-9. The Cardinals beat Calvin 17-9 was their last win on April 1st. So those are your 5 wins for North Central. And this would be a huge win as well for the Cardinals, their conference opener, if they were to knock off the Blue Jays here this afternoon. Still 11 minutes to play in this one. The Blue Jays down by 6, 15-9. There's only one other game in which the Blue Jays did not score in double digits. And that was that loss against Aurora University, losing 10-8 on March 15th. Blue Jays with 9 goals today. DeCuna gets checked, and he passes it off here to the near wing to Moran. Jack works it behind the net to Rubino. Nick quickly to the far wing, now to the point to DeCuna. DeCuna with a nice spin move, takes the shot, and he scores. DeCuna's goal with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left, and it is now 16-9.
Joey DeCuna.
DeCuna had a goal in the third period. And he had a goal in the first period. So 3 goals this afternoon for Joey DeCuna. He gets the hat trick, and it's now 16-9. North Central leading by 7. Oh, good stick work that time by Zach Kuyeva. as he wins the face-off and brings it up to the point area to Tucker Hansen. On the move now, Watanabe. He works it behind to Rubino. Rubino comes out here to the near wing, passes it to Tom Eberhardt, who scores. 7th goal of the afternoon for Eberhardt.
Scored by number 15, Tom
9:40 remaining in this game. Rubino, I should say, gets the assist, but 7 goals this afternoon for Tom Eberhardt. That is his 39th goal of the year. And Mark Morrell wants to talk things over here. 9:40 remaining in this one, and North Central has opened it up here. It is an 8-goal advantage, 17-9. Quite the effort turned in by this Cardinal team. North Central led 6-3 at the end of the first period. Tom Eberhardt with 3 of his 7 goals coming in that first period. In the second period, the North Central Cardinals outscored the Blue Jays 3-2, and North Central led at halftime 9-5. Cardinals won the third period 4-3 as they led 13-8 at the end of 3. And now here in this fourth period, they have scored 4 goals to Elmhurst 1. Ryland McQuarrie started this fourth period off with the goal. Then it was Trenton Rubin scoring. That made it 15-8. Haycock scored a goal, Chris Haycock for the Blue Jays, to make it 15-9. And then 2 more goals for the Cardinals. One by Joey DeCuna, and then now the 7th goal of the game by Tom Eberhardt to make it 17-9. North Central with the lead. Mentioned earlier, both of these two teams are averaging, well, North Central 12.5 goals per game, the Blue Jays 15 goals per game. Blue Jays with a couple of key players out, though, and they have just 9 goals so far here. Near wing is Joey DeCuna. Flips it up to the point to Jack Moran, who's going to backpedal, pass it off to McQuarrie. McQuarrie guarded by McManaman. And he'll work it behind the cage. Nick Rubino. And another shot attempt that time by Eberhardt. He's not happy with 7 goals. He wants 8. Boy, Nick Rubino, the senior attacker, he has done a nice job behind the cage for the Cardinals, running the offense from there. All-conference performer Nick was a year ago. Sante Dybowski will trot off here for the Blue Jays, and Jack Moran will restart this one for North Central. Boy, the Blue Jays, again, playing so well on Wednesday night in all areas of the game. Knocking off Augustana 18-4. But boy, they just ran into a very, very good North Central team here this afternoon. Moran here on the near wing. And North Central will be looking to probably run some clock here. Shot clock is, they got plenty of time on the shot clock. It's at 35. Curling around, taking the shot, Moran, covered up by Mickelson. Nice job by Noah. Blue Jays in possession here. David Constaneda brings it up along the far sideline. And he'll give it up behind the cage to Parker O'Leary, who dropped it on the ground, and he scooped it back up. O'Leary still on the run, Ball down on the ground. Boy, good defense by Trenton Rubin. Knocked it away. Rubin, again, the All-American defenseman for the Cards. And you can see why. He has had an amazing game defensively for North Central. Coming in here, Ryan Swank. Pass it up to Stepanek. Stepanek plants his feet and retreats. Back up top here now. Here's Sante Dybowski. Sante open, takes the shot, and just wide to the right of all good. Jake Grebe will restart it here for Elmhurst. But the clock becoming a factor here. 6:42 left, and the Blue Jays down by 8. Grebe curls around, now retreats. Reverses pivot. Up top, Stepanek. Jake now open here in the near wing. Takes the shot, and again, it's wide to the right. Closing out defensively for the Cardinals was Rutger Rawlings, number 32, and the ball going to North Central. Back in the game for the Cardinals, Charlie Snyder, number 26. All good, looking for an outlet. Still looking. Oh, a nice, almost a steal by Jake Grebe. It went off his stick, and it's scooped up by Austin Evans. Evans gets it to the near wing to Jake Grebe. Jake one-on-one, decides to pass it off. It was a low pass. O'Leary couldn't quite handle it. Jake with two hands on top of his helmet. O'Leary, if he would have caught that one, he would have had a pretty good opportunity to score. Big outlet pass. Connor Holderness, Longstead Mid Senior out of Washington, Illinois, out there for Coach Farrell in the Cards. Luke Ilgen with the spin as he passes it off here to number 18, Gavin Rieger, junior mid out of Elmhurst, local product out of York High School just down the road. 5:42 left here in this game. North Central back up to the point, Dalton Lutz. Rieger now at the point. Rieger will take the shot, and on one bounce, Mickelson with another save. Throw it back to Noah. Noah coming up defensively was Tom Eberhardt. And now the Blue Jays work it up the sideline here. Now it's Sante. Nobody guarding him. Now he gets some pressure and he'll back off. Sante will pass it off to Stepanek. Ethan on the move. Works it behind to Jake. Grebe couldn't quite get the curl. Shot wide to the right by Brendan Krause. 4:47 left to play. Jake restarts it from behind the cage out here to the near wing to Stepanek. Back to Jake. Jake goes down low and scores. So Jake Grebe gets the goal. The assist by Stepanek as Jake comes out from behind the goal. Nice catch and shoot. Gets it by all good.
Scored by number 1, Jake Grebe, assisted by number 42.
It's now 17-10 in favor of North Central. You'll see Stepanek on the wing. You'll see Jake slowly come up. There's the pass and the catch and shoot by Jake Grebe. Comes with 4:44 to play in this game. For Jake Grebe, his second goal of the afternoon, his 26th goal of the season. Grebe dropped it on the ground here, picked up by the Cards. On the dead sprint here for North Central, Zach Kuyeva. And it'll be Cardinal ball here on the restart. Sam Ruschenberg, 6'2 senior from Palatine, went to Palatine High School. North Central's roster filled with a lot of local product. Nick Rubino out of Marist High School in Chicago. Ruschenberg out of Palatine. Of course, Jake Allgood, the goalkeeper out of Naperville North. Zach Ewan out of Marmion Academy. Grebe. And the ball goes down on the ground. Boy, hitting the turf was number 20, Logan Arisman. And Logan is going to come out of the game. Here, watch it here. You'll see the pass from Jake. And Arisman just gets hit hard that time by number 14, Dylan Anderson. And I tell you, boy, Logan, he's listed as only 155 pounds. And he took a huge hit. And the penalty will go. I didn't see the flag come out, but they are giving the penalty to Dylan Anderson. And boy, did he give a pop to Logan Arisman. Hope that Logan is okay. So a man-up situation here now for the Blue Jays with 3:53 to play. Far wing, now they work it behind the cage. It was a high pass. Can the Blue Jays retreat? And the answer is yes. Ryan Swank retreating it. Haycock up at the point, looking to give it to Jake Grebe. Instead, we'll give it to Stepanek, who just checked into the game for the Blue Jays. Jake Grebe now here in the near wing. A nice quick pass to Haycock. Skip pass to Haycock. Haycock fires, and it's wide to the right. And Eli Spence will have the restart here for the Blue Jays with 3:12 left to play in this ball game. It's the Cardinals by a touchdown, 17-10. Swank works it behind the cage. Grebe's wide open. He's got the ball now. Passes up in the shot. There is a penalty marker down as that shot goes into the goal for the Blue Jays. The goal, Eli Spence. Eli's first goal of the game, his 41st of the season.
By number 15, Eli Spence, assisted by number 1, Jake Grebe.
Jake Grebe gets the assist. Comes with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go to make it 17-11. And now the three officials are going to talk about the penalty marker. There's the tail end of that goal. The pass from Jake Grebe to Eli Spence. Eli's first goal of the afternoon. And the three officials are having another powwow. There's a good look at the three officials. Steve Eckelberry, Scott Rogowski, Tope Awanii. The goal is they're gonna count the goal, I believe. It looked like the flag came in after the goal was made by Eli Spence. Giving a stick back to the Blue Jays. Yep, good goal. All right, looks like they're waving off the penalty, apparently. It looked like the goal was good. And now Coach Farrell wants an explanation. And he's getting one. But it looked to me like the early indication was that the goal was good. So that makes it 17-11. The goal by Eli Spence. And it looked like at the end he waved off the penalty. Although Dylan Anderson is still on the sideline here on the knee. So in any event, we're going to have a face-off here. Dylan Anderson is a 5'10 sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. And he remains on the sideline down on one knee. Face-off is won by the Blue Jays here. So the Cardinals still are a man down. The Blue Jays with a man-up situation here. Pass is deflected down on the ground. Haycock trying to pick it up. Ryan Swank picks it up here for the Blue Jays. 2:45 remaining. Blue Jays with the advantage. They trail by 6. Ooh, big shot is wide to the left that time. 17-11. North Central with the lead. Here's Jake Grebe. Haycock passes up on the shot. Sante Dybowski's pass was deflected. Jake Grebe trying to scoop it up off the ground, and he does. As he scoops it over to Haycock. Chris picks it up off the ground. Throws it up top to the point to Ryan Swank. Good pass from Jake Grebe. Eli Spence works his way close to the goal. His shot on goal was saved by Allgood. And it's going to go to the Cardinals. Boy, Eli Spence was about 8 inches away from Allgood. And ball down on the ground. Looks like Eli Spence he couldn't quite get there fast enough. Well, he does pick it up. It's going to go to the Blue Jays. Eli on the sprint, and now a whistle, and it looks like, okay, they want Eli to start back. And now they restart it. Eli a little anxious there. Haycock tracks back into the game. He's got the ball now. Haycock takes the shot, and it's wide to the left. But we are under 2 minutes to play. North Central, if the Cards hold on, they would be 1-0 in conference play. Today, their conference opener. The Blue Jays, if they would fall today, would go to 1-2 in the league. The 2 losses to Carthage and here today to North Central. Allgood comes out of his cage area, and now the ball is down on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Max Ridenauer. And a stoppage of play. What's going on here now? Oh, there's a penalty flag down. Sante Dybowski with a push. So he will take a knee. Dybowski had a push penalty in the first half. So his second push penalty of the game, he takes a knee. And the Cardinals will be in a man-up situation with 1:32 left. And right now, the North Central will be playing against the clock here. We'll see if they, with a man-up situation, if they will just try to run the clock down. Yeah, they are just holding it and passing it around the perimeter. The Blue Jays not really applying any pressure here. So North Central is saying, hey, we're up by 6 with just moments to go here. We're going to run as much clock as we can here. Now the Blue Jays starting to come up a little bit defensively. But we are under a minute to go. 17-11, North Central with the lead. Under a minute remaining. And there's still 40 seconds left on the shot clock. So they can run this down with virtually seconds left to play in the game. North Central will even up its overall record to 5-5. Elmhurst will fall to 9-3 overall and 1-2 in the league. And the Blue Jays will have to gear up for Illinois Wesleyan next Saturday. Turnover scooped up by Swank. So please be with us a week from today as the Blue Jays will host the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan here at Langhorse Field, 1 o'clock opening face-off. Final seconds winding down here at Langhorse Field, and North Central comes in and takes the victory. 17-11 is your final score over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst University. So again, the Blue Jays are now 9-3, 1-2 in the league. The Cardinals 5-5 overall and 1-0 in the CCIW. So that'll do it from Langhorst Field. We thank you again for spending some of your Easter weekend with us. Blue Jays fall to the Cardinals here this afternoon, 17-11. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. So long, everybody.